Good.
Technical difficulties.
You're good.
And welcome to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host, Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. How are you doing?
I'm good.
It's been, a month hiatus for us?
Yeah.
We've been taking some time off to kind of revamp and do some new things with bChic, Not Bougie. So I know you don't see the new pictures today because, again, we've been doing so many things. But if you've been looking on our Instagram, follow bChic, Not Bougie, and you'll be able to see some new updated pictures. But we'll also be updating it, as you can see, when you're watching us today. Every Tuesdays at 9 p.m. But so much happened. So many things have been going on. I don't know. We missed a lot.
A lot.
In a month span, so many things have happened.
A lot of things. And I was trying to keep pace with all of it and remember so that when we were back, it would be like, we have so much to talk about. But I have to be reminded of so much.
You know what? The thing is, it's like so many other things keep happening that it's hard to keep track of all those things.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's
Sorry.
Like on top of, like one thing on top of the next.
Exactly.
But they say it's our society too. Like that's why they say when something bad happens, just give it a week.
Yeah.
And something else will happen, and everyone will forget about the thing you did.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like the times that we're in right now.
No, that's true.
Social media.
It so sucks because you can't even see DJ Richie today. So I'm here looking at him and I'm like, oh yeah, you guys can't see him. Like I normally see him.
I'm super lounging today. I'm sitting down.
He's sitting down. He's chilling. I should just go on live just now so you guys could see him for real. But before we get into the show, I know we missed a lot, but again, we'll be talking about it in a couple minutes anyways. But I'm going to do a question for the day. The question for the day is, what is the worst advice that someone has ever given you or you have given to someone?
The worst advice?
The worst advice.
Wow. I think I give really good advice, so I don't give...
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be you. Like someone giving you like the worst advice, whether in like relationships, work, life, health, anything.
I think the worst advice, it may seem like really small, but I think the worst advice I've gotten is to like, it's not even advice, it's like encouragement to like cheat. I think that's the worst.
Yes.
You know, I look at it and people would be like, that's not bad, but it's really not good. Really bad. It's really not good. So I think I've been encouraged to cheat a lot.
Cheat on your man, ma. That's how you get his head. Like, you know, T.I.'s been saying
I've been
that
encouraged to cheat a lot.
It doesn't help because I feel like, what is your purpose for cheating?
Exactly.
Are you not happy?
Exactly.
Do you want to get in trouble? Do you want to lose your woman?
None of the...
Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I just feel like just deal with who you know and not have to deal with the other problems on the outside.
They always just tell me, like, I don't even know if they really tell me to do it. It's just more like a suggestion.
Okay.
What's yours?
Mine is... This is the worst advice I've actually ever received. So... It was someone telling me, don't come up with a backup plan. You don't need it.
I mean, I get it. You
can text it to me. Yeah, no, but the thing is they were so sure, like it was like an inspirational video type of thing that I watched. And they were so sure of like, if you know what you want in life, the problem that people have is that they focus on everything and a backup and this and that they don't focus on the main goal. And that's why they don't accomplish it. So if you have a goal or a dream or whatever it is, focus on it, do it, and it will happen. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So in life, at one point in time in my life, I literally took that advice and I was like, I don't need no backup. This is my goal. These are my plans. I'm going to do it. And I did. I was getting, everything done. Check. And then I came to a point where it just was a no. Like, you're going to have failures. You're going to have those hiccups. And you do need a motherfucking backup plan. You can't depend on what your first option was because it doesn't always work out that way. Life isn't A, B, and C.
But I get the premise. I get like the idea behind it of, the plan A should be the plan.
Yeah.
And plan B should be make plan A work type of thing. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I get it. And I guess It all depends on how you are with the motivational speakers and speeches and stuff. Because for me, to be honest, that stuff never really like works for me. It never really attracts me. Those people that do motivational speeches and you have like auditoriums full.
Yeah.
It really never doesn't appeal to me because I'm just like, I feel like you're going to spit a bunch of cliches at me. And then because of things like that, like don't have a backup plan. That doesn't work for everybody.
At all.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you now told 5,000 people this plus whoever they told, but it really doesn't work for everybody. And for you to have that mentality, like only a certain few or select few have that mentality of like, I'm going to go get what I want by all means or by any means necessary. No, you know what I mean? No matter what happens. But at the same time, that takes a lot of sacrifice. And it kind of leaves you in a place a lot of times where you lose out on a lot that when you do accomplish, you look back and you're just like, well,
I could have done this.
Exactly.
And this right? and this and to get to here.
Right. So, yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah. And I'm not usually one to like hear something and just run with it. But that day, you know, you needed that inspiration, that motivation, that something that would give you that extra umph.
No, for sure.
That was like that day. And when literally, I was like, check. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, no, like downhill. And I was just winding down. And I was like, wow, that happened really fast. So to me, that was the worst advice. I feel like, yes, when you elaborate more on what it means, it makes more sense to, you know, have a backup for the A and the B and whatever else, right? Exactly. But the way he explained it was like, do not.
This is it. You got one.
This is your option.
You only have one
That's
job.
the only thing you're going to do. Like, I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And it's to get that.
It was not it.
You got to go out there and sell something.
You know?
And you go out there and go sell something.
And if it doesn't sell, well, you're broke and try again tomorrow maybe, but you know what I mean? Like, just don't give up on your dreams. At the end of the day, I mean, it was great advice to an extent, but it definitely needed a little bit more.
That's definitely like
dressing.
Yeah. That's definitely one of those you cannot just take it for. And that's why you have to be careful with a lot of people, especially in today, because people just hear things and everything is like a headline, right? So when it's posted, that's all people see is the headline. And that's why a lot of times everyone's like, you need the context behind it. Like, what led to them saying this and what was the sentence that came after they said that, right? But we all just hear the headline. We all just see the headline. And then everybody runs to Instagram or runs to Twitter or runs to whatever. And that's how, like, so many people are judged and so many people are, you know, you either win or lose based on that headline.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And not the context behind it. So
it's true.
Yeah, you got to be mad careful.
Well, that was a good question for the day. That was a good way to start our conversation off. Let's get into Stay Woke news updates. So, starting off with the victim of a deadly stabbing on Monday has been identified as a 17-year-old boy from Toronto. Did you hear about this?
I heard about, yes, in Scarborough.
Right? Yeah. So police say Brendan Brawler was found suffering from life-threatening stab wounds in the area of Livington Road and Ayerswick Drive at around noon on Monday. So he was rushed to the hospital via emergency run, but later died. 2 men were taken into custody in connection with the homicide immediately following the stabbing, and they've now been identified as Toronto residents Emmett Carroll, 18, and Chadi Itero, and he's 20. They're so young.
It always kills me on the news though when it goes like even this story. The boy that died is 17, but the person that killed him is an 18-year-old man. And I'm just like
18 and 20.
I'm just like no, they're all like children.
They're definitely children.
They're all children.
They're definitely children. They're not it's adults. Although it's the ages, you know, they're over legal age. But I know
it's a sad situation.
So it's sad. But they have been charged with second-degree murder and they're scheduled to appear in court. They actually were today. Actually, 2/3 of Ontario voters disagreed with Ford's government's plan to scrap thousands of teaching jobs in the next 4 years, according to a new poll released today. So Corbett Communications online poll surveyed 1,836 Ontarians on a wide range of Ford's policies, including beer and corner stores and changes in the classroom. So it found that 62% of respondents do not agree with the government's plan to cut more than 3,000 teaching jobs attrition. About 48 strongly disagree and only about 23% support the plan. I wonder who those 23% are. Respondents also oppose a decision to increase the number of students in Ontario classrooms, and some industry experts have suggested that Ontario government may have to fork over $1 billion to get out of a deal inked by previous Liberal governments with the beer store. And the Ford government also appears to be lacking support for change in Ontario license plates. And half of these surveys oppose changes in the license plates in province, while only about 20% approve. So it looks like the Ford government will have to revisit their key agendas and policy initiatives. I just haven't really been a fan of
He's just like, I was hot today. He's just one of those managers.
Yes.
That, like, I just need to do something. I just need to do something. Where do they come from? Yeah, like, I just need to do something. Even if it doesn't make sense and there's no meaning behind it. Like, just changing the license plates. Like, why?
What pisses me off is you hit it on the fucking head. First of all, that's what I feel. He is, like, one of those managers. And the ones that look so cool, you're like, oh, this comes like a cool manager. I'm excited for you. And then you're so mean. And you're just doing the most to hurt all your employees. Why would you do that?
You came in and you're just like, I gotta make my stamp. I gotta leave a mark.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It's just not, bro. He wants to cut all these things, and I get it. I don't study the politics enough to really get that in depth. But all I know is he invested $10 million into horse racing.
Yep.
And he's been cutting jobs for teachers.
Left, right, and center.
He's been cutting health.
Because we don't need education.
He's been cutting, and you invested $10 million in horses. You brought back the dollar beer. Like, these are the things that are important.
Important to him. It is. I'm just like, and obviously he's not in school anymore. And I don't know if does he have children? You need to research this. I doubt it, because I feel like you would be a little bit more sensitive to these type of topics.
Cut OSAP. Oh my God. He just cutting like. And I mean, everybody thinks like, I again, not that deep enough, but if you look at it, you'd be like, well, you know, he's probably saving the money and gonna kind of like reinvest it in other horse racing. That's
really bad things.
That's your big thing, horses. I don't know, man. Doug's a different guy.
He's not the man for us.
He's a different guy.
But we'll see. And lastly, in entertainment news, R. Kelly is due back in court for hearing on sex abuse case. So the R&B singer is required to attend, this morning's status hearing. It's unclear what issues will be discussed, but no matter, before the judge involves attorney Michael Avenatti, whatever, who represented a porn actress Stormy Daniels in her legal battles against President Donald Trump, representing two Kelly accusers, both, but after he was indicted on embezzlement and extortion charges in California, Kelly's attorney, Steve Greenberg, filed the motion asking the judge to order that all messages between Avenatti and the prosecutors holding the Kelly case be preserved and possible evidence of inappropriate coordination and communication leading up to the charges. So Cook County Jail, our judge, Lawrence Flood, has not ruled on the motion, and as we know, Kelly was charged with 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see where that case goes. I don't know.
I think it's gonna take a while. Like,
it's gonna take more than a while. They're trying. They're reaching, just like the OJ situation. They're reaching for anything at this point because they couldn't. You know what I mean? And so, okay.
I hope people don't really. Not that I want people to forget or not forget. Yeah. But it's just gonna be interesting because the last one people forgot about. You know what I mean? Like, going through the whole trial, I don't think anybody remembered until a verdict came out, and then people were like, "He was still on trial. Like, that was still happening." So this one now, like we just had, where people do things this week and by next week no one cares anymore. 2 years from now, once this finally goes to court and goes through a trial, like, I really wonder what that energy is going to be like at that point.
Keep that same energy, people. Whatever energy you have, keep it all the way through and through.
We got to wait and
I'm
see.
really just like... Yeah. I still like his music. He's not the greatest person, obviously, but at the same time, I've already told you how I felt. I blame the girls and their parents as well because they're not that silly. Anyhow, and let's get into it, Richie.
So I just have a couple of events. I got a couple of events. It's Mother's Day weekend, so there's 1,001 brunches and dinners happening and breakfasts. But I found a Mother's Day high tea and paint party, which like I guess paint parties have become like
it's a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, like so they've been pretty cool, which I think is, you know what I mean, that'll be different than the regular lunch or dinner that you do with your mom.
I just realized, we could have both sat here.
You're so smart.
As I'm sitting here looking at you, I'm like, they can't see that I'm looking over at you. They're just seeing me turn my head every so often, and I'm realizing they can't see you today. But if you at one point wanted me to put on this,
even think about that.
Do you know what I'm saying? We could put on the mic, and then you could just squish over beside me midway through our conversations.
I like being like a mystery.
Oh my gosh! Okay, the mystery voice. Yeah, all
exactly.
right,
I like being like a mystery.
I just like seeing you on camera too.
What does he have on? Is he a fresh haircut? Like you'll never know.
But you look sharp today, so I feel like they should see you.
No, they shouldn't. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Next week will not be a mystery. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, our high tea and paint is taking place obviously on. Oh, it's not on Mother's Day. Sorry. Obviously not on Mother's Day. It's on Saturday, May 11th, at the Paint Cabin, which is located at 723 Gerard Street. You will get finger sandwiches, fresh pastries, desserts, fruit platter, and tea. And they also have mimosas and wine specials available for $4. With the paint activity, you get like a canvas. You can choose your canvas size, and they have a team of instructors that will guide you through what you're going to be painting. And you get to bring it home. It's a really dope idea. And like I said, it's just something a little different. You're going to end up spending money this weekend regardless. So this is $55 per person. It's not that bad if you're doing it for your mother, because moms are priceless.
They are.
Yes, they are. So definitely check that out if you can. And like I said, there's 1,001. Like I started going through all the brunches that I saw like online, and there's just so many. I'm actually sad this year they're not doing the Mother's Day comedy show.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, they took. I actually took my mom there 2017. Mm-hmm. We took my mom out for that. And it started a little shaky because, like, my mom, like, they're church people. Yeah. So it started a little shaky.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, but then, like,
don't say that.
After, like, the first 10 minutes, they got that comedian off. Okay. And everybody else was just, like, they killed it. And then, like, my mom and my dad, who doesn't do anything, like, he loved it. And he was like, yes, I would do this again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, he loved it. So I'm actually sad. I was looking for it this year. I specifically looked for it. And I didn't see it. So shout out Jay Martin. You need to bring that back, because that is definitely a dope show that the whole family enjoys.
Can enjoy. I know, right? And dope. Mother's Day is just around the corner. Sunday. This weekend. For sure. Anything else? Any other events?
No, that's it. We're good. Just focus on Mother's Day.
Focus on Mother's Day, guys. So make sure you get those.
Some of y'all didn't even remember, so you're welcome. Because I guarantee you, some of y'all did not remember.
Like, oh yeah, no, you had to. And usually you have so much commercials. I haven't seen a lot of commercials about Mother's Day.
No, that's true.
They haven't been throwing it down our throat like they usually do every year.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you still get your mother a gift?
I cook.
That's okay.
And if it's like maybe dresses and stuff like that, maybe things that she really wants or I feel like she needs, but more so like my mom just doesn't want to do nothing on Mother's Day. It's just come home and cook.
That's it.
And for everybody. Just me. She won't touch a dish. You'd swear it's her birthday. I'm just like, so you don't want to cut? No, just want to sit down and drink all day and eat food. Nice. Yeah, I just want to drink and eat, and that's good, because my mom cooks and she works very hard. So bless her soul. So I don't mind doing it. It's just that I don't have a daughter's day, so and
your mom would say that's been every day since you were born.
Even on my birthday. For my birthday, my mom, she went and bought like the lobster and all the seafood, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna do like a big fest for you, like a seafood fest. I'm like, oh, that's lit. And then I got home and she's like, I gotta run, so can you cook? Anyways, I'm not shading you, mommy, I love you, but it was my day. And the way you have your day, I should have my day. But anywho, I'm usually not here for my birthday, so I can't really complain. So I was here. I cooked.
She set you up for that one.
She definitely did. She was like, oh, you could do it. I'll be back. And then she left me. And I was like, oh my God, I have all this food I need to cook. So, but my auntie actually helped me with it also. I wasn't so mad at that. Nice. Thank you, Auntie Avon. And let's get into this week's fashion buzz. So, okay. So you may know who this is, but I'm going to explain.
No clue.
You're going to know. Well, you're not going to know, but it doesn't matter. This week's fashion buzz is a talented English actress, Margaret Constance Williams. It also is Macy. So she was born April 15th, 1997. She's a young one. She made her professional acting debut as Arya Stark. So all you Game of Thrones watchers, y'all know who this is. And Game of Thrones have obviously started since 2011, for which she won an actual Entertainment Weekly Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama, the Portal Award for Best Supporting Actress, Television, and the Best Young Actress, and a Saturn Award for Best Performance by a Young Actor. It's a lot of awards because she's that lit. In 2016... 1997? In 1997, yeah. In 2016, she was nominated for Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. And Williams has also had a reoccurring role on Doctor Who. Have you heard of that show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's in Doctor Who, and her name is, they call her, I think it's Me, but her name in the show is Ashildr.
And a what?
Ashildr.
Ashildr?
Ashildr.
Oh.
Right.
It's not cute.
I was looking at the... Anyways, Ashildr. In 2015. She made her feature debut film in the mystery The Falling in 2014, and she won the London Film Critics Circle Award for Young Performer of the Year. I just have to say, she's that great. Like, everything that she's been winning, I'm like, yeah. This is normal. And obviously, she's really young. How old is she?
23.
23? Mm-hmm. She's young, but... It was so amazing to see her start off. In 2011...
22.
I'll do the math here. In 2011...
23.
So done with this guy.
Yeah, I'm all the way out.
In 2011, she was so young on Game of Thrones, right? And then just to see her, like, being so innocent and young. But anyways, you don't watch it. I don't want to spoil it for any people, but... just seeing her progress and turn into the woman and the killer that she is, in a good way.
Is that why Drake gave her a shout out?
Yes. I have this whole thing here that I've written, but I feel like we won't have enough time to get into everything.
No, please.
Okay. So Arya Stark is the third. This is just for the people that don't know. Okay. So if you do know, just go get a drink and come back.
Here's the thing. I had no idea you were one of the Game of Thrones nerds. I am. Like, I had no idea. So that's why I'm actually laughing.
So you really don't want to hear. You just wanted to see.
Oh, no, I want to hear it. I do want to hear it.
I don't even know if we'll have that much time, but let me see. Okay, we'll have enough time. So Arya Stark is the third child and the second daughter of Lord Ned Stark. So it's Eddard. And his wife, Lady Catelyn Stark. Okay, just giving you an idea of her family, okay?
Are they brother and sister? Because I heard a lot of that happens.
I know it does, but this is not them.
Okay,
this is not that family. After narrowly escaping the prosecution of the House of Stark from House of Lannister, Arya is trained as a faceless man. So it's hard to explain because you don't really watch it. But at the House of Black and in the White in Bravos, they used her new skills to avenge for her family. So upon her return, she was in retribution for the Red Wedding by exterminating the Fairy Male line. Okay, it doesn't sound like you guys would really be interested in all this.
I mean, listen.
In a nutshell, what Drake was talking about was Arya then played, so she played a significant role in this season, which is season 8, in the Great War, and she pretty much killed what was his name again? Oh, I'm getting all confused right here. So the Night King during the Battle of the Ice Fire. So this was a huge thing because if the Night King got a hand of them, they would be doomed. And although this is his final season, this shouldn't end there.
Is she gonna die?
I don't know. Oh. That's what we need to find out. Like, that's the whole.
Is there there's 2 episodes left?
No.
1? It's
episodes?
Only 6 episodes.
There's a lot of. It's like 20. I mean.
No. This thing that is happening right now.
You mean season or episodes?
No. This right now that everybody's been watching.
Yes. 6.
There's 2 episodes left.
No.
Yeah.
Says who?
There's only 6 happening. And it started at the end.
How do you know this and I don't even know this right now?
Because of Twitter.
There's only 2 more episodes?
There's
Well, that makes sense why everything's so rushy.
Yeah, there's 2 more episodes, maybe 3.
I feel like
there's max 3.
Okay, I'm not taking your word for it until I figure this out my own because I'm not liking how you're not.
I'm serious.
Telling me.
How do you not know this? You ain't no Game of Thrones.
I am Game of Thrones, but you know what? I don't want to know how much episodes. I just want to keep watching until it's over. Oh. Do you know those ones?
But then you need to prepare for the end.
No.
Because then when it ends...
I don't want the end to be near.
Oh, but it is.
Anyways, I'm not getting into this. This doesn't make it...
Winter is coming. Is that what they say?
Yeah, winter is coming. Winter's gone because they done killed the winter bug. That guy right there, okay? So she killed the Night King during that battle of the ice and fire.
It's ruining it for me. I'm joking. I'm not going to
watch it. Twitter probably ruined it for you. Anyways, there's a whole new battle to face. But long story short, kudos to you. This is why you're the fashion buzz of the week, because we all can't stop talking about you. You killed it in that scene. And I love the fact that you just play these characters so well. So just even seeing her, transition from what she started as to now, she's just a very strong character. And even seeing her in training, I've seen some videos. It's really sick. So kudos to you. Anyways, let's get into... Do you have entertainment? Do you want to do entertainment? No? She's shaking his head. Okay. Let's get into our first...
There's just a lot to...
talk about.
Yeah, so that's why I like...
Nope, that's perfect. So, you know what? Before I get into our top five random topics, I just want to do a quick thing for Fab Finds of the Week.
Ooh. A driver's license.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know it's see-through, right?
Whatever, Richie. Okay, so... You guys know I love my Fab Find deals. So I feel like this summer, there is a lot of big trends going on, as every summer, to be honest. And this summer, I wanted to shout out to the main fashion trends that I see going on right now. And one of them, clear bags, clear pouches.
Yes, I do see that.
Clear everything, jackets, you know what I mean? Shoes, that's card already been in. But the good thing and the bonus of this right here is not only the price, because this was actually at Zara. No lie. Forever 21, and it was only $21 and change before taxes. And I think that's really good. This was the last one. However, I went back the other day and I seen they had like the gold chain instead of this band, but I do prefer this one, not gonna lie. But they had a whole bunch of different other ones. So definitely, I'd say, ladies, great investment for a very small penny. And the reason why I also love it is the fact that it's literally see-through. So people are like, oh, I don't want my things to be shown. But the good thing is, when I was in the club, and you're like, where's my phone? I have my phone in my pocket or my purse. You keep going in your bag every 2 seconds looking for stuff. Literally, people were like, where's your phone? And I'm like, oh, it's right there. And where's my lip gloss? It's right here. Like, I knew where everything was at all times. And I'm telling you, especially being a little tipsy in the club, you want to know where your shit's at.
But then everybody can see what's in your bag.
That's okay. So you put the things that you like. I like to carry, obviously, this small little wallet. It has like my money, my cards, everything I need, and my ID. Ladies, again, depends what you need. Try to pack very little because you don't need too much stuff in there. You put your phone, obviously, but lip gloss, lipsticks, and a little bit of perfume, a little bit of oil. That's it. That's all you need. What else do you need when you're going on the road?
So men now. What would a man have?
For a man, he'd put, you guys have your man purses, your man bags?
I don't know what they put in them. I don't own them.
Well, you guys would put money, your wallets, right? Put your money, your phone, chargers, headsets, like little, you know what I mean? Loose change. You know how you guys are.
Why would I want to be walking around with that?
Well, this is not for a man. So you just asked me about men. This is for ladies. So I'll next week be ready for the men. So but this week is all about you ladies. I get it. Because, I don't know. Men could do it too. But, I mean, they would show off their Gucci wallet. You know what I mean? Like, they're all little extra stuff. But things like that. And I was going to say, let me get into... And then the top 5 fab items of the week, I would say would be... Well, one would be clear bags in general, and obviously reasons I just explained. Braids are really great to have at this time of year because you're transitioning from that cold weather to the hot weather a little bit, and you just don't know what to do with your hair. Mine's kind of coming out right now, but let me tell you, this helped me for the last 4 days so far, so it's all right if you look a little ratty-tatty.
4 days?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like 4 weeks.
Oh, no.
4 days?
Well, because these are not... They're just 2 big braids, like 2 cane rolls.
So can you do that for like 2 weeks?
French braids going down. No, I can't. Do you see this already? Where's this going for 2 weeks? If I did my hair and when I do my box braids, that will last me like almost 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
But that's because they're individual, right? Where this is just the 2 braids, so my hair is all sticking out.
How long does it take to do that?
Like, shout out to Such a Pretty Mess. It only took about like less than that, 20 minutes.
Okay, so you basically take it out.
Oh yeah, 2 seconds.
Again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
But it lasted me like a good while. You know what I mean? Compared to having to do my hair for like 4 or 5 days.
4 days is not a good while. I just want to point that out. I don't know when this happened. Like 4 days is not a good while.
That's actually a good while. I think that's pretty decent.
How do y'all live, man? I don't know.
4 days of not having to do your hair as a lady.
Yeah,
that's life. That's life, child. I'm sorry. I can't help you there. That's life for me. And so yeah, whether it's cane rolls, boxer braids, yeah, figure it out. It just works and get up and go. You just need easy breezy get up and go look. And also biker shorts. You seen the biker shorts?
Not yet. It's been winter.
Well, if you looked at my picture on my page, you would see those wearing biker shorts, and a lot of ladies are wearing them. Just the shorts.
It's winter.
It's actually was pretty nice this weekend.
Sunday was
amazing
for a couple hours.
No, Sunday was amazing
for like 3 hours.
Boy, bye. Sunday was awesome, and on top of it being awesome, and that's the day was the Warner party. Top shelf. It was a beautiful day, and on top of having a beautiful day, like a lot of girls were wearing the biker shorts.
That was
so
inside.
It was outside and inside. And even walking to the car, I was wearing like a small little t-shirt, like a long sleeve, but it was like a thin shirt.
I had my jacket on by like 7:00.
I was not wearing a jacket at that time.
Yeah.
I felt fine. I was hot. To be fair, I was sweating the whole time I'm walking down the road, like fanning myself, like you'd swear it was some. Yes.
You had a couple drinks.
Okay, I was.
Okay.
And those jamming too. So.
Okay,
a little different. But either which way, I felt good. And the good thing about biker shorts is that they're comfortable. You can dress them up, dress them down. They're just easy breezy, get up and go. Another one I find too is suits. So get up on your suit game, whether it's just like the ladies, the jackets, whether you just use them as a dress or, you can get the long ones or the short ones to do with a pants and a jacket. I feel like it never goes out of style, period. Obviously the cut always changes. I like to find a more fitted pants, but kind of loose at the same time, like a boot cut almost. But as long as you feel comfortable in it, and what I also think is great to pair it with, which is the next one, is lace. So lace looks so sexy with it. So if you want to feel a little daring, want to dress it up a little more sexier versus more like business side, lace, bra, no bra, you decide. So yeah, that's it for the little fashion updates. So if you have any questions, get at me, bChic, Not Bougie, your fashion consultant, and I'll always help you out with those needs and personal shopping, so I can get you these fab finds and deals. Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we forget, back into our topic of the week. So since we were away and there was so many things to talk about, I figured that we'd catch up with the top five people. So you can always chime in. I know you know these guys as well. So this is pretty much just like people that have been impacting nationwide history, broken records, just downright lit at this point in time. So why not talk about them? Something we need to talk about. So Nipsey Hussle, number one, rest in peace. He was definitely gone too soon. So Nipsey Hussle is an American rapper and songwriter from Los Angeles, California. For those who don't know, emerging from the West Coast hip-hop scene in the mid-2000s, Hussle initially became known for his numerous mixtapes, including his Bullets Ain't Got No Name series, The Marathon Continues, and Crenshaw. After much delay, his debut studio album, Victory Lap, was released in February 2018 to critically acclaimed and commercial success, and was nominated for Best Rap Album at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards in 2019. He was born and raised in Crenshaw neighborhood of South Los Angeles, August 15th, 1985, and his father is a refugee from Eritrea. Eritrea. To the U.S., who escaped and the ongoing war in his homeland, and his mother was American, or is American. So Hussle was also a member of the local Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips gang, and well known and married to Lauren London. They began dating in 2013, and their first child was born on August 31st of 2016, and London has child from a previous relationship with a fellow rapper Lil Wayne, and while Hustle had a daughter Imani from a previous relationship. You just see their relationship is so beautiful, just the whole love, that whole vibe. Unfortunately, his life was taken from him in front of his store at the Marathon Clothing in Los Angeles on March 31st of this year, but untimely death that happened on the 31st. Los Angeles rapper, he purchased the plaza where his Marathon Clothing store resided, and he had planned to rebuild the area and a 6-story residential building on top of the commercial plaza, along with new iterations of his clothing store, and hopes of giving opportunities and jobs to all communities and improving the neighborhood overall. I think that's obviously what makes him so dope, because you didn't just say, I'm going to have this money, going to just make myself, my family rich. And you could. There's nothing wrong with that. I hate when people feel like there's something wrong with that. I don't know. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Obviously, if you can give back, even better. But when you work hard, it's yours. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. But it's a blessing when you can give back, because you know what it was like to struggle. So why not help others? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just love seeing when it's just a natural thing versus something being forced down people. You don't want to do it, don't do it. I don't want nobody to do nothing that they don't want to do. No, you know what I mean? Sure. So I feel like that's something that people just need to stop pushing down your throat. They do it. Why aren't you? No, just do what you can do. And if you don't, well, God be with you. Also, he was working on the documentary on the trial in 1985 when Dr. Sebi was going to trial against New York because he put in the newspaper that he cured AIDS. And Hustle said in 2018 Breakfast Club interview that that it resurfaced shortly after his death, like this all resurfaced after, that he beat the case, and he went to federal court the next day and beat that case as well. And that's why he was also so focused on making that documentary happen. So I know Nick Cannon said he was going to be picking that up and continuing it, and I'm pretty sure other people are going to pick up on that as well, but it just sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
I was just really, like, I don't know, it was like a Tupac moment. Everybody was like comparing him to Tupac and all that stuff, but the thing is what I didn't like as well was when people felt like, oh, because you didn't listen to his music, you didn't do this, or, you know, you weren't supporting him then. The funny thing is I'm not going to lie, like, I mainly started to look at Nipsey because he was dating Lauren, and that intrigued me, you know what I mean? And I loved the relationship. And it's crazy because the day before he died, I was literally just looking up, like, they had their interview for GQ, and I was looking up their interview and like watching the little clips and stuff. I was like, oh, they're so cute, I love their love. But it wasn't until, unfortunately, that he passed that you learned all these nitty gritty stuff, and you're like, well, damn, it made you even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think definitely like him being with Lauren upped his profile on the mainstream level. But it's one of those things, like, there's been people that have died, but I can't remember the last person that died that had this kind of impact. You know what I mean? On a worldwide like level. Yeah. And we say worldwide, we kind of just mean like us in North America, obviously, right? But I mean, it was just like it seemed like it affected everybody.
Did you watch his funeral?
I watched it. I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a bit of it. But I was actually really upset when he, like, I felt like I knew him personally, and I did it. And I think, I watched his Breakfast Club interview, and I have Victory Lap, and I listened to it, and it was a very, very, very good album.
Yes, it is. And I listened to it after too.
And it was just, I don't know, man. It just kind of like, it shifted something. You know what I mean? Like, it shifted something in like the atmosphere that he was doing so great, and he was respected. He's one of those people that was respected by, like, he was respected by the gangsters. He's respected by like the 9 to 5, the taxpayers. He had the respect of like Barack Obama. He was just like, yo, I didn't know him, but reading his story and learning about him, like, you know what, he was doing great things, and like his legacy isn't something that we should let die, and his movement isn't something that we shouldn't let die.
Marathon continues.
So shout out to Nip, like shout out to Lauren. I don't know what that is like. I don't even think you can put into words. But
and it's so amazing to see them so strong. Yeah. Like even that during that the funeral, you would swear I was a family member the way I was crying. I was like, please please stop. It was so, and just touching to hear everybody, like, you felt that.
Yeah. No, for I 100%. Like, I mean, 100%. I was yeah. I've gone through like a range of emotions with Nip.
Yep.
But you know, now it's just about, like we said, just continuing his legacy and not to throw shade and not to even. When I heard Nick Cannon say he wants to take it, I got a little annoyed. I don't want Nick Cannon to touch it or do anything with it.
Oh,
like, and I'm like, I don't.
Who would you want to touch that?
Not Nick Cannon.
Oh.
Ever since he said he's going to do the documentary thing about the gun violence in Chicago, and then he did a musical.
I know. Did you see that?
I was like, my guy, like, do you know how serious this? I think it was.
No. I remember, but I'm just saying, like, why would he say he's going to do that and do something
else? A musical? Like,
well, I don't think people will let him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to
change it. Like, I feel like if he was getting it involved, I think he can back it maybe financially with some ideas. But I feel like the direction would be really controlled by Lauren and his brother, maybe, and his hopefully. You know what I mean? Was, But because I feel like they would know more. Because apparently she even put her career on hold.
To work with him.
To work with him because she felt his dream. She knew. So she had like a couple acting gigs, whatever. And she's like, no, she took a time off of that to be a mother, to be a wife. You know what I mean? And to focus on those.
And not to like get too deep because we only have 5 minutes left.
I know.
But all of these girls who saying they want a Nip, they want a Nipsey, they want... Bruh, please stop it. Stop. I need y'all to stop. Because you guys want things that you're not even ready for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you wouldn't be ready for a Nipsey if he were to come and say... Because Lauren followed the vision of her man.
I agree.
A lot of females are not ready for that.
But see, Lauren was also in a financial position to do that. I think if females were in more of a financial position to do that...
put yourself there. That's still not a man problem. Put yourself in a financial position to then follow your man's vision and lead.
And let him lead.
I
will let him lead.
A lot of y'all are not ready for this, so stop asking for it.
Well, the thing is, a man should be a leader in a marriage, in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Should be.
Okay.
Should be.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I said I don't want to get too deep. We only got 4 minutes.
Well, to be honest,
started.
It's crazy because when you say, be careful what you ask for. Like, you know, it's crazy. Lauren loved her some Tupac. Yeah. And if you ever follow Lauren London and looked at her earlier pictures when she used to start posting, everything was like Tupac, her love, obsession for him, and like whatever, just respect for him. And it's crazy that you ended up with someone like Nip because he reminded me of Tupac, especially getting to know him more and more as things come out. So it's crazy that, you know, even the comparison that people try to make. And then I hate when people try to compare the two because it's like you can't really compare the two because the difference because they were like, he accomplished so much more. But the difference is like you learn from other people's mistakes. You see where Tupac made mistakes. Exactly. You're not going to make the same friggin' mistakes the way he did. He impacted society. He impacted the next generation to come. But what they think Nipsey did is like he went beyond that. Yes, because that's what you're supposed to do. They teach you something and you don't just use what they teach you. You go further with it. Yeah. So the next one and everybody else, you keep going further with that. So that's something people should take away because I hate when people compare the two and it's not a comparison. It's just, it is what it is. But rest in peace, Nipsey. And yeah, you'll be forever missed. That sucks.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And even that trial, I don't even want to get into that. But... oh my God, we have so much things to talk about and not enough time. Do you think we'll just go over a little time? So Drake, we're gonna talk about Drake for a quick second. So obviously the rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, producer, entrepreneur, he made history this month by taking home the most Billboard awards. So the God's Plan head honcho became the most awarded artist at the BBMAs, nabbing 12 awards, bringing home an all-time total of 27 awards.
Yes.
Hella big.
Yeah.
Hella big.
I only have the take on Drake that like Drake is legendary right now as he stands, and I think people still don't fully understand or appreciate, especially in Toronto.
They're so silly if they don't, because I feel like
especially in Toronto though, because the people that knew him and know him are like, oh, Drake, or the ones that want to be cool call him Aubrey. Okay, cool. Yeah, his name is Drake. Like, fuck off. But it's just like you really don't understand how legendary he is.
He really is
to music. Like 20, 30 years from now, you guys are going to see the impact that Drake had. I mean, we see it now. Like,
even as an actor, because from going to acting, remember in Degrassi, he started rapping in that episode, and a couple actually too. And it's just like, to go from that to what you that's big.
Yeah. So that's my only take on Drake. He's just a legend, and people need to give him his credit.
100%.
Now. Give him the flowers now.
Right now. And that's why we had to bring him up, because, again, you making history, you awesome, and keep doing your thing. Cardi B. I've been saying this from day one. So you know, she was like my first fashion buzz.
They can't see me rolling my eyes. So go ahead.
Anyways, my fashion buzz of the week. She went from Cinderella story. So she went from a stripper to an icon. So I'm very happy with this one too, this rapper. And she stole the Met Gala show.
Did she? I heard she looked like a period.
Okay.
This is what I heard. This is what the streets is saying.
Well, she shut down the red carpet in a huge quilted,
literally
quilted feathered gown by Tom Brown that required its own team of handlers to make its way down the red carpet.
This is Jamie Sparks, and you're listening to iLive
So we're just going to give you a little intermission.
Changing the way you listen.
Because I knew we were going to go over.
Hey, this is Jermaine Robbins, and you're listening to iLive Radio. Changing the way you listen to radio.
Yo, this is Kiana O'Quinn, and you're listening to iLive Radio.
Changing the way
you listen to radio.
This is Lavinia J from the UK, and you're listening to iLive Radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody in cyberspace? This is The Groove Show with your boy, the crowd pleaser, DJ Mark Anthony. Don't forget, each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m., we want to put you in the mood for whatever the night has in store. I'm playing only the best feel-good party rocking, body shaking music from funk to soul to reggae to R&B, house to salsa, and much, much more. We call it The Groove each and every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Keep it locked. It's the crowd pleaser, baby. You know how we do. We'll see you on the air. Peace.
It's not a lot more.
This is Sharisha from The Spot. Catch me every Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. EST, playing the very best in neo-soul, jazz, underground hip-hop, art, music, poetry, and community, right here on iLive Radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
We're back. Not that we left really, but we're sitting right here. Okay, so we're going to quickly finish off because I know we started a little bit late, so we want to quickly get all the things that we have to say out. So, yes, Cardi B, she had 10 people to hold her dress, to be exact.
I saw that.
Big party to hold her dress. And it was a huge dress. It was actually very reminiscent of Rihanna's dress back in 2015, the iconic look that she also stole the look. No, you never... No. Richie... Anyways, it was designed by Guopia.
Parties?
No, that Rihanna's look. It was beautiful. She did the same thing. It was very stunning, and it was like yellow. People could compare it like Big Bird, but it was beautiful. Right. So, anyways, overall, I feel like also, aside from the fact that Cardi took home about 6 BBMA awards as well, she's just doing her thing. And so it's just a great glow up just to see her come from what she was to what she is now. And she's still going hard. She's not a one-hit wonder.
All right. So let's talk about this now.
Oh, boy.
Because we're not going to go too deep. We got a little bit of time.
Okay.
Cardi's video about if her man cheated on her, what she would do, what she used to do, drugging them and taking them back to the hotel.
Why you got to do that?
Because... I want to know if a man could get away with that.
Men do.
No. Could a man put that in a video, post it himself?
Charlemagne,
no.
He admitted 3 different times to date raping
his wife.
It was not just his wife. He did it on numerous women. He had different interviews about doing it to different women. And that, at the time, was not his wife. So let's correct ourselves.
He didn't drug her. They both got drunk.
No. I'm going to...
Find it.
The thing is, no. I'm going to find it for him. And when I play it for him, he's going to come back next week and be like, you were right.
No, because I'm guarantee you Charlemagne has defended that. And
he has defended. I brought this up remember, we probably remember we had one show about it. And I brought it up because I was saying it's so crazy that like, he really didn't feel like, okay, I put Spanish fly in her drink. And she she didn't remember or didn't know what was happening until she woke up and was like, did I have sex? And he's like, yeah, it was me. And she's like, oh, okay. That's not right. That was his wife. The other girls, they were actually trying to charge him. So he was in court. That's why he lost his first job that he was working at. Right? Okay. I'm just saying. There's a lot. So it happens. Bill Cosby. It happens.
He's in jail.
How old is he? How old is he now?
It just came out.
No.
Cardi admitted this last week.
Let me hold on a second. Bill Cosby, this thing has been going on forever.
Yeah, but there was never any proof.
Okay, well, there was proof in the pudding for Charlemagne. And so
Cardi admitted this. Cardi put out the video herself.
Yes, but the joke is with that being said, who said it best? It was Rick Ross, and he said it's a lifestyle. What you guys have to understand is the type of people that she was dealing with. The guys knew who they were dealing with. Dude, what? Cut it out. First of all, as a rapper, right? As a rapper, you know there's certain rules or certain things that you just cannot do. So one, just taking home a stripper taking home a stripper you do not know, into your $1 million home with your $1 million jewelry and your other stuff in your home or in your apartment. It doesn't matter. It's a stranger. You're bringing a stranger into your home that you do not know, that obviously knows who you are, is going to take your shit. They're going to rob you.
This is not defensible. You cannot defend her.
I'm going to defend it because I feel like the fact that she admitted it happens, right? So like,
what do you mean it happens? What?
It's not right.
What?
It happens. Right. What? I'm not sitting here saying it's right. Goodness. I'm just saying it happens. But let's be fair, it happens. So the same way rappers can go rape, not saying all rappers, this is really horrible, let's just not get into this. Let's say a specific rapper were to feel, because of his status and who he is, he can just take what he wants from a woman, right?
But then they get charged for rape.
Or they just pay them off.
But then the girl says,
or they just pay them off.
But then the rapper could be like, you knew what it was. You know who I am. Okay. You coming back to my hotel room at 2 a.m.
That doesn't mean...
We've been drinking. Hold on. The same way I brought this girl to my house, I should know she's going to take my shit.
That's it. No.
You coming back to my hotel room at 3 a.m. after we've been drinking.
If you have $100,000 worth of jewelry or $250,000 worth of jewelry and you're bringing home a stranger, right, to smash, and you fall asleep, what do you think's going to happen?
If you go out and get drunk and then leave a party with a rapper to go back to his hotel room at 4 a.m, what do you think is going to happen?
The fact is whatever she got, she deserved. Because clearly you expected some punani and she got some jewelry and some cash.
What?
So you decide what's worth it. Go home to your wife. Go look for a wife and not these strippers. Okay. We're not going to agree with this one. I'm going to find that video so I can play it for you.
I'll be waiting for it.
Yes. Anywho, we're not going to win this. So we need to keep moving on before we get out of control. So Kim Kardashian, I never thought I'd be saying her name in this category.
In a good light?
In a good light.
Yeah. But
I have to because I pay respects where respect is due. Kim Kardashian is helping free inmates in an amazingly high rate, and she's doing so really quickly. So, and she really kept quiet about this whole situation. I think that's what I like about it more, is that she was really humble about the situation. And obviously now people have learned about it, so why not talk about it? They've learned that Kim and her legal team have helped 17 prisoners gain freedom over the last 3 months or so. And many of them have served years of life sentences without parole for low-level drug offenses. This is stupid. And it's all parts of the 90 Days of Freedom campaign launched by Kim's lawyer, Brittany K. Barnett, and in partnership with Mia Angel Cody of the Decoration Collective. The campaign puts the First Step Act, signed by President Trump last year, rolling my eyes, to work for prisoners who receive draconian sentences. So Kim is footing the bill, while Barnett, who also has co-funded the Buried Alive advocacy group, and Cody handled the lawyering. So we're told that Kim's secretly funding the campaign over the past few months, but pretty much she's also touched cases back to from Jeffrey Stinger in Florida, Centonia Brownin in Tennessee, Alice Marie Johnson in Alabama. But the recent ones that we have been seeing as actually just an example, because there's so many to list, to be very honest. Eric Belcom is back home in Florida and seeing his mother for the first time in 16 years after serving hard time in federal prison. And he was convicted on a drug charge when he was 29 years old. And it was sentenced with life without parole.
For drugs.
Drugs. Okay. Jamil, who was 31 when he was arrested for cocaine possession, is living and working in Illinois as he's making a slow transition back into society. Terrence Bird is finally free after spending half his life, 25 years, in federal prison on drug possession charges, and we're told he's been reunited with his 96-year-old grandmother, the woman who raised him. And the list goes on and on and on. So I'm just I was in awe. At first, her wanting to take the bar, to be a lawyer and all this other stuff. I was just rolling my eyes at it. But I was proud nonetheless. It's just one of those things that people that genuinely always had the passion for it, maybe not have the funds. It just sucks to see people that are so privileged just, oh, I'm just going to do this. And it's I'm pretty sure you have a team studying for you, giving you the notes of what you need to take.
It's really good that she's doing it, and I don't want to take anything away from it.
No.
But it also sucks, too, because it's whatever these lawyers were able to find means it's out there. They didn't create a law to get these people out. So you have these people in prison knowing that there's evidence or a law or some type of loophole that can get them out, yet you kept them in for 10, 12, 16 years. And if it comes back down to the almighty dollar, because if you don't have that money to pay a legal team to do whatever it is that they're doing to get them out, you just got to stay there and rot.
I agree.
Because you can't afford to prove your innocence or afford to prove I've rehabilitated now, I've done enough time that I can be productive in society. No, I'm gonna just stay here and rot because I don't have the loot. My people don't have it, so it
no bail money.
Yeah,
you gotta stay in jail for 2 years before your trial happens. 7 years
situation.
It's very dumb.
It's so dumb.
What's sad about it too is that because it's such little drug charges, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying drugs are good to go ahead and do it, but they didn't specify what drugs, and I don't even care if it was a pound of weed or whatever the case may be. Drugs is
giving you a life sentence. What?
It should never.
People are getting out on murders. People are doing 2 and 3 years for murder.
Literally.
What drug is
because of who they know, because of the money they have. And what sucks is that I feel it should be very equal across the board when it comes to crimes. The death penalty, sorry, not the death penalty. Certain crimes should just be okay, minimum slap on the wrist for weed. You know what I mean? Not now anymore because it's legal, but where it's not legal, I guess, slap on the wrist. But things that, when you cocaine, depending on how much, it should just be equal. There should not be someone who had the same charge that got off with parole and the other person spending 25 to life in jail. It's very stupid. And if they can't see that, I don't know. But I'm happy that she's doing this because obviously that is awakening something in everyone to realize that, you know what, actually the Kardashian, especially Kim, isn't so bad. She's not so bad. So kudos to you. I definitely had to call you out today on that because I was very proud of seeing that today. And also Common. So Common, I'm not sure if you heard this. So the rapper, actor, and philanthropist on a newfound mission to help victims of molestation. So like himself, and he says he just released a book in the first steps in making it happen. So the multi-talented star was leaving NBC in New York on Tuesday when he was asked about his new memoir, Let Love Have the Last Word. And it's a shocking revelation that he was molested as a child. And Common tells us that he's being open about his experience because he hopes it will encourage others to feel safe about it as well, and it will also aid the healing process. In this book, the Oscar-winning shares how repressed memory of being molested by a family friend, whom he refers to as Brendan, surfaced a couple years ago while acting out a scene with Laura Dern in the 2018 film The Tale. And Common Story details his personal journey as he works through his painful experience with help of therapy, and how he's dealing with it on a daily basis. And so pretty much he's just getting people to share their story, read his story, get comfortable with the idea as well, because it's healing, right? You talk about it, sure. It heals you. And I have to say that's really brave. It's really brave of him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I feel like, especially when it comes to Black men, it's hard for them to come out and say these type of things, you know, because then you're looked at as, is he gay? Is he this? Is what's, you know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with that, because someone took your innocence and that was nothing that you could control. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to read that book. I definitely have to, because I think that's a really good book to read. But, we can go on and on forever, and we got to stop. So next week, please tune in. We will have a special guest. The PR Diva will be here with us. Yeah. And yeah, don't forget your Mother's Day gift, guys.
Exactly.
Make sure.
Cook her a dinner.
Okay. Do something. So thanks for tuning in to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host, Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. And you'll see him next week.
You definitely will.
You better. So peace out, and you have a blessed